Hey everyone, this is Paul here at Rainey's at our office in northern Utah. I'm going to talk about tying with some of our popper foams and demonstrate some of those and how to do it properly. We're going to start off with doing a pre-shaped bass pop and the peewee pop, so just packages of each, and show you how to attach those to a hook. As you can see, I've got a chassis already in place here. To start off, if you look at our foam poppers, there is a hole right down the center line, and that hole is for shaping. It's not necessarily for tying. If you do it through that hole, you actually minimize your gap. So what we want to do is take a bodkin and create a new hole kind of at the bottom of the popper. So you can see I'm going to just line that up, stick it in, and press it right on through. And so you can see it went right through that hole, and it's given us a new hole, a new pilot hole to guide through our flies. One thing you'll want to do with the foam is put it on your bodkin and stretch that foam a little bit. It'll bounce back since the way that the foam is created. It's a 60-pound density foam, and it'll actually bounce back after that stretching tool is pulled out. So right here we're using a bodkin. If you're using a larger saltwater popper with a bigger eye of a hook, I've got a finishing nail and a round rat tail file. Those work as well, just to get a bigger guidance for that. And then once you glue it down with a nice thread base, that foam will shrink back down and secured nicely to that fly. So that's what we've got going. Really quick, we're going to secure them, you can use super glue or anything else. This is just some Zap-A-Gap that we've got here. And we've got a thread base and our chassis, and you can create your chassis of your fly however you want. This one's just a pretty simple little tie, and you can be as elaborate. This is where your creativity comes along. But what we're going to do is just going to throw down a quick little dab of Zap right there on the top of that, and I've got a pre-shaped or a peewee right here that's already set. We're just going to hook it on, wiggle a little bit, and we're going to slide it right down. I usually put my fingers in the back of that to stop it instead of sliding all the way down. Oh, I missed that pilot hole that I had created. There we go. So there we go. It's set. It's in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just set that one aside and let it dry. Here's another popper face popper that we did. Here's another chassis. On hook selection, you want to use a bass style hook with a larger gap. I prefer a straight eye hook just so that it slides that popper on. If it's a down eye, you have to use a little finagling and a little finesse to get that popper around that downturn eye. So we're going to throw a little Zap on this one too, just to get that secure. Grab our next popper that we had stretched, get that one, wiggle on there, and it's all set. You might want to turn it a little bit and just before it's drying, you can get that to straighten out. As you can see, I painted the face of this one before kind of quickly. So that's kind of some of the steps. What we can do, I'm going to throw this one back in there. We're going to talk about throwing some eyes, or throwing an eye and throwing some legs in this popper. So with eyes, I just take and put a little bit of Zap where I want that eye to fit. Put a little glue down, and let's take, this is just a 3D stick-on eye. We're just going to lay it down there and let it dry. we'll glue both sides, but at the moment we're going to show really quick how to put some rubber legs through here. So kind of the same thing, we're just going to use our bodkin, slide it through our foam, and stretch that for just a second. I've got some legs here already cut, so we're going to do a barred and just a couple regulars. And to pull these legs through, we can do a number of things. You can use an easy leg tool or just some heavy monofilament. So this is like 20-pound monofilament. So as we pull that bodkin out, there's a pilot hole for us. And if you take those legs, or that monofilament, you can just feed it right through that hole. Actually, I'm going to come through the other side real quick, so you can see what I'm doing after I get this through there. Alright, so you see I got a loop here in that monofilament. I'm going to just hook those legs in, pull them, and I'm going to just pull those gently through that foam. And I'm going to split that regular barred, or the regular mirror stuff through. There you go. So now I got some legs through that. If you'd like, you could hit just a touch of zap on those legs. Just a little drop, and then pull them in just a little bit, and those are secured. Those are not going anywhere. So those are some techniques to tie with the popper faces. They are awesome. An awesome material, makes tying poppers super simple. They're super durable, and they're a great way to tie some poppers and panfish flies. So there you go. Enjoy. Hope to see you on the water.